After the IED was blown, they opened up with heavy machine gun fire. I was on the side of a hill when it happened, so it completely blew me down the hill. We had to wait a half an hour for the bird because we were in a very hot zone, and they said it was too much of a risk to fly in at the time.
9:15 p.m. that night, his father called me, who lived in the Philippines, and basically just said, I don't know how to tell you this, but Nick lost both of his legs. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks when his dad told me. And I told him before he deployed, I said, I don't care how you come back, you just have to come back.
I remember the day that my parents and her parents, they had showed up. I was on contact precautions, which basically means that they had to show up in a gown. They had to put on a gown and put on a Spock mask and all that. My rehab started very slowly, and when I first got there, it was just strengthening your core and strengthening your hips, and that basically helps you to walk later on.
He did amazing. His goal was to be standing in the sea legs that have the knee by November 27th, which was the date that we had our wedding. So we had a really good goal set. He pushed it a little further than I would have, but I mean, didn't hurt himself, so he did a great job.
We have friends that are in the home market and that have dealt with selling homes. I asked him, what is it like looking for a house on the market these days as far as a handicap accessible home goes? And he told me that unless you go into a neighborhood that is just being built and you give them the specifications that you need in the house to make it handicap accessible, you won't find one.
It's pretty hard out there if you're looking on your own. It's almost impossible to find either a ranch home that's just one level or to find that lucky house that is able to be renovated or is a new neighborhood that's reasonably priced. It's almost impossible.
Every building that I go into, the second thing that's on my mind is whether I can fit into the door to get in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. At first, when I first got injured, up until I got my prosthesis, I couldn't go to her father's house. The reason why is because there were steps to get in the house and doorways were small. Actually, even though I was on my legs, I had to turn sideways to get into the door to get in the bathroom. When I first looked at the plans for the houses, the first thing I saw is that it's very spacious. There's a lot of space in between the kitchen and the front door and the living room to the dining room and the master bedroom and the bathrooms. I've always used a shower chair, and I've never been in a bathroom where you could just roll in it and find a seat and sit down in it, or a sink that I can use without having to prop my arms up on it.
And having a home where he can access everything, it'll make the relationship stronger in a sense, because then he feels, all right, I can do this.
The single most thing that's going to help me is being able to do that stuff and not have a problem with it. As far as say if I want to go outside and mow the lawn, I can do that. Or if I want to go outside and fix a part of the fence that broke, I can do that. It says to me that even though during a time of uncertainty or a time of disagreement as far as the country goes, we are still able to pull together and build these houses for our wounded. The reason why I absolutely love what this program does is because it's a new chapter and a new beginning in a book that we want to start writing.